In this game, Łukasz took black and Kevin took... No, Łukasz took white and Kevin took black. Normal opening, all normal. Black puts pressure on white's group, white goes out. This tiger's mouth is generally considered a bit slow because this move is center-ish for white. If black doesn't answer, then white can play this and that, and there is a ko shape, and even if no ko, white can take away black's corner. So, well, certainly white doesn't want to make this exchange because it gives a lot of points to black, but if this move is white's privilege, then the tiger's mouth looks a bit slow, and it's generally more normal to play further, kind of imagining that stone, if we need it, that stone is there. For example, we are not afraid of this ladder because of the reason in the corner. Black adds a move on the bottom, steady play. After this move, as black, I would go out, and well, what happens after white peeps? This looks quite scary. Probably we need to play this, and this isn't comfortable, but still we split the opponent, and we can put some pressure on the group of white on the right side. Black simply took points, but then white was satisfied enclosing black. Okay, makes some sense, though this side is not very interesting because black can easily get over concentrated there. White can consider now attaching and explicitly over concentrating black, or just ignore the side because it's not big. This is what white did. Black plays a joseki, and now very interesting, this move of black is not needed. It's not needed to connect two groups which are alive and take 10 points connecting such groups. It was better now to take the corner. This is also a joseki. If white plays something like this, follows the joseki, white gets influence towards left side, which is completely useless because black is super strong on that side. So this is just more points for black. The question is whether we continue like this, continue like that, or don't continue at all. And if I was black, I would not continue at all. I would probably cut here. So black played this one, and now white pushed once more, maybe hoping that black will calmly answer, but of course black is not going to do it. Now it's already clear that the continuation is quite small for white, so this push was maybe not the best timed. If it was me, I would play here. Just try to build points. And if black plays this one, still the split of the birthday cake is satisfactory for white. White takes the bigger piece of the cake. Okay, in the game we have this move, and then black cuts. After the cut, white extended, just like in a proverb. But now I would like to ask white if he is not ashamed of playing an empty triangle. And white says, why that? Well, I didn't play an empty triangle. I extended after a crosscut. But this is white's center. And then this move already is an empty triangle. Okay, but white didn't play it. But actually, it's difficult to use the aji in black's shape differently than with this Atari. Well, it is possible. It is possible for white to enter through here and then peep, yes. But, well, if we can get this one, we can fight much better on the outside. So now instead of playing here, white would rather jump. And before jumping, white would rather Atari. And this one gives white a lot of points, a lot of territory on the top side. So this is a good usage of an aji. And after this move, okay, it's not really an empty triangle. White has another way of using the aji, but still it gives black more freedom. Black extends, and now I would play here. Well, black can push us. We take fourth line territory. And then, well, black plays something in the center. In the game, white played the low, maybe thinking that this will give black fewer center moves, but in fact black still gets center moves by playing this attachment. Okay, not completely center because now white played elsewhere. If we played here, then it would not look meaningful. Then it would have been like if we played this, and to this one, instead of connecting, we react with such a move. That would certainly not be worth it because we already have a stone here. With that stone, it doesn't make sense to choose such a hanging connection. Yeah, but well, white says, oh, it's not center, now I can play it from the outside. Well, technically yes, but still black has a continuation against white's shape. So yeah, just play here. What could be the, I don't know, some rule for it? I think that it is just about the proximity of this stone. If there was no white's group on the left side, then such a two-space jump would be very reasonable, and black wouldn't be so eager to attach to it because it would strengthen white. Maybe even, I don't know, maybe we can risk a proverb, a principle, or yeah, some reasoning that white sometimes, instead of playing this jump, plays this move, not really because white doesn't want to give black center moves, but because white might be afraid of black's attack from the other side. Certainly it's not the case on this board with this strength of white and strength of white around here. So here we are not afraid of such an attack, but on other boards we might be afraid of the attack. Well, I don't know. It just feels that white is taking less than white could. Even if black simply plays like this, and yeah, here it's also always the attachment is the shape move, in fact. Simply white takes fewer points and it doesn't affect much strength of black's group. Okay, in the game it went like this, but luckily now black cannot capture white in the ladder. So instead, black played first this and then such a center move. But this is maybe not fully using the potential of the shape. Instead, black could think of attaching and then trying to squeeze white like this. This would be a good result for black. So white needs to think what to do. Well, if white plays here, then certainly this is better than the game for black. If white plays here, then well, we will see how it goes, but it might go even better for black. Like this, well, I think it looks quite promising for black. In the game, we have this move and then black jumps. Okay. Now is a very important moment of the game. First, white played 2 Kikashi. All right, this is fine. But where should white continue? Where is the most valuable area of the board? It seems that there are no super valuable areas left, except for the right side, which can grow. And then from which side should white expand it? Should white do it from the bottom side, play something in the middle to take points, or like, I cannot, play, let's say something like this, or maybe play something on the top side. And from these, most surely I suggest this move. Because black's group is not alive. It doesn't have even one eye yet. It has maybe half an eye around this area. So it's very important to put pressure on it. The next move might be already very scary for black. And if black starts answering, then well, this is very good exchange. We can now play here, or maybe even continue by playing close to a weak group. And white thought that, well, the group is already out. Maybe I don't put so much pressure with my next move. Maybe it is not even center. Well, it might be not center, but still it's half center. and still it serves the purpose of building white's moyo. And this move, well, black builds something for himself on the bottom, but really not much. The weak group is much more important than that. So white plays this one, and then black gets the move for himself. But actually, black plays a bit risky shape. It would have been better if black played this way. And after this move, white cuts. That was very brave by white. The ladder doesn't work. So black is in trouble, really, really in trouble. Black plays here, and then white splits black. And well, yeah, it seems that this works. If like this, then we go out through here. And if like this, then we go out through here. This is really problematic for black, but black finds a Tetsuji, first plays an exchange, and then captures white. And this is a bad result for white. Then white loses these stones. Still, there are quite some agi about these stones, but no, that's not satisfactory, and we could have avoided it if we played here now. Now white really gets out, and black is split, and black is in a deep trouble. If black plays this move, well, then we can simply go out. So this would be nice for white, nice development. Oh, maybe we play such a beautiful move. Yeah, black will be in trouble. Maybe black will somehow manage both groups, but black will be in pain. But, well, I understand that white simply thought that this works, and that's why white played it. But other than that, white also has another possibility. White can play like this and cut off a part of black's group, and this would also be quite nice for white. So, well, at least we could have started with this move and not make the exchange right away, because black is anyway not going to play here, and if here, then this is still sent. I don't see how black can play something else. Yeah, so this exchange is not good, but white plays it because white believes that now black collapses, and then black finds this Tetsuji. But after this Tetsuji, white again needs to think, like something unexpected happened, and we need to reconsider and try to avoid making the next mistake. It's the most dangerous situation in the game of Go. When we made a mistake, our opponent shows this to us, and we are very prone to make the next mistake. We need to calm down and think, what is the biggest now? What is the best move now? And in fact, I believe that it would have been better for white to save the 3 stones and give away the 2 stones. Black's group is still attackable. White can play here, here. Okay, quite strong shape, but white also connected everything. I don't know. Maybe just like this. But white gains quite much around here, and okay, it's not very attackable, the group of black, but still not completely alive. I think like this, the game would look quite nice for white. But in the game, the 3 stones die. White keeps some area on the right side, all right, and black adds a move. Makes sense. So now we made a mistake, the local fight finished, and what do we need to do? We need to count points and see what our situation is, and we need to calm down, and independent of counting points, because like maybe the game is still not too bad, but also even if it is bad, we still need to calm down. Very important. How much does white have? Let's count 10, 20, 35. Okay, it's less because here is a monkey jump, here is Hane Connect, so let's say just 30 plus a bit, so 35, 45, 53, maybe up to 60. And black has 25, let's say 35, 40. Let's say 50, 56, and the potential here. So probably something like, I don't know, like more than 60, maybe 63, 4. There is a lot of not unclear area here. Well, this is also unclear. This is unclear. Black has a potential. White has a potential around here. Black has a potential around here. So we calculated. It seems that maybe we are a bit behind. Well, in terms of secure territory, we are a bit behind, but there is still a lot of potential on the board. Difficult to say for whom it is more potential, and white has a move, so maybe white can play here, black here. We can even try to imagine an easy way of development of this game. So let's say white still gets this move, and then let's say black gets that move. We can try to imagine such a play, or I don't know, maybe here this is kind of white center-ish, maybe not really. Anyway, we can try to imagine 5 moves or 8 moves and try to count points again. The result might be much more precise than if we try to do it before imagining these moves, but of course it's a bit difficult task. However, well, you see, like, these moves are probably not mistakes. Like, if this is a mistake and the correct move is here, it probably doesn't lose more than, I don't know, 2 points, and also this move or 1 point. So just normal moves and count points now, and this would give us a more accurate estimate. Yeah, anyway, in the game, white plays this one and then Hannes. So it feels to me that white didn't calm down after that fight, because this Hane is trying to set up a fight, but the fight doesn't look promising for white. There is a cutting point in white's shape. For now, black adds a move. And, well, white should generally connect the stones, but then black gets this one to live with the group. And how is the situation of white's 5 stones? Is it possible to cut them? Well, the Geta doesn't work, and after this move, maybe they are saved. But still there is some reading involved. So, well, we destroyed the potential of black. Potential to take, I don't know, around 10 points. But, and we did it in center. But during that time, black took also like more than 10 points around here. This move is worth more than 10 points, and, well, black got a few stones around here, which might have some value. Generally, it's probably not a good deal for white to destroy this area and give black this stone. This stone is probably worth more. We can play here. Also, it would be quite much of a center, and probably this is better for points. And then probably the next big move is what we showed before, or this, or maybe that. So this move tries to set up a fight, but there is not much fight after all. And now white still tries to complicate. And this looks like a despair to me. Black simply answers, captures white stones, and black's corner grows. It seems that white does all of this to create a group which might somehow fight with that group of black. So maybe like this we will be able to somehow connect in center. So maybe black needs to answer, and then we Atari first, of course, and then we kill the group in the corner. But this is not possible. There is no center move for white, and it was not difficult to foresee because we have only 3 liberties with our stones. So all of this is only losing even more points. Yeah, so to me, this cut just shows a wrong mindset of white. But the very interesting thing is that the AI actually thinks that this was a very good sequence for white. Like, very good. It gains a few points because now white can connect not with this move but with that. And, well, yeah, black needs to make life. Let's say black makes life. And then, well, this doesn't work. Doesn't capture black, but what white can do is playing here and then here. And then actually we get this in center. So white gained 3 points and 2 additional stones on the outside in center. And black ends up needing to play all of these moves. So black ends up with 8, 9, 12 points in the corner, and this is really not much compared to white getting these 3 and those, and also having this move. So actually, this squeeze would be good enough for white. I wouldn't think so at all by myself, and we need to learn to appreciate this gain, which in human eyes it doesn't look like a gain, because we lose the fight, we lose the semi, we don't kill anything, but still the squeeze, center, forcing black to play in his own territory, it can be worth a lot. If on the bottom we start by giving away, I don't know, 5 points, then we can really regain it by playing such a squeeze. But unfortunately, white now didn't follow that path, but gave away the 2 stones, ended up in Gote. No, in center. Okay, was it needed? Yeah, maybe it was, because, well, the 4 stones can die, but it's not big, and also it's Gote for white. But well, black added a move. Okay, maybe black didn't have to. Black added a move, and now finally white builds. I wouldn't play this peep, because maybe there is another way of using the Agi than a peep, though not really. Well, maybe the most what it could be is some type of shortage of liberties, but well, yeah. Anyway, I wouldn't play the peep, but it's not really a mistake, I would also say. Then black peeps, and yes, simply takes points. So black continued the game by playing a simple endgame, and since now black had an advantage, so white wasn't able to reverse the game afterwards. Okay, this is it about this game, and we will move to the next one.